Chief Medical Officer's log, supplemental. Just returned from my meeting with the captain, and of course, he wouldn't listen to me either. This radiation from the B4B1 nebula cannot possibly be a good thing, but somehow I cannot make anybody see it. I know all the medical scans show improvement for, well, the entire crew, but a mysterious, unstudied energy that just makes everyone feel better with no negative consequences? We have an expression where I'm from. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Welcome back to Captain's Log Supplemental. I am Chris, and as always, am joined by friends and co-hosts Rob and Stanford.
Hello.
Hi.
Unfortunately, no lovely producer Mariah on this recording, but we shall trek forward nonetheless. How are y'all doing today?
Not too bad.
I'm doing well.
We're in the process of showing Liam like early 2000s disaster movies.
Fantastic.
So,
What a great subgenre.
it's like late 90s, early 2000s disaster movies is like a surprisingly easy genre to fill time with because there's like a lot of them. So, we watched The Day After Tomorrow. We watched The Core last
Deep Impact, Armageddon.
Saturday. We haven't gotten to those ones yet. Last Saturday we watched Reign of Fire.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I haven't watched that. I think I watched that once. But
yeah, it's incredibly stupid. There's dragons.
Is that Volcano, I'm assuming?
No. Volcano and Dante's Peak are the two Volcano movies that came out the same year.
Oh, yeah.
No. This is it's 2002 and then dragons show up. It's got Christian Bale and incidentally the like scrawny little wuss ass like radio operator is motherfucking Dr. Bashir.
Nice.
So
I guess that would have been the right time period for for his peak. Yeah.
Not a great movie.
Sure.
Not a lot happens in it. It's got like no plot in a kind of weird way. It's got a shirtless Matthew McConaughey. I guess he's not shirtless, but he's
all right.
He's like jacked in this movie for some reason. Like he's got these fucking huge arms.
So like, listen, right? In most of these disaster movies, there's not really what I would call a plot. It's usually like, hey, we got to go visit my girlfriend or our parents or, insert random other family member here. Let's hit the road. Oh no, it's an asteroid.
Yeah, but
right,
that's already more plot than this movie had because they didn't even hit the fucking road. They stayed where they were.
Like, oh God, I watched one recently on Netflix. It's just called How It Ends. That's it.
Sure.
I mean, I'm on board. Shit.
You know what? One movie depressed me. Just depressed the hell out of me on Netflix was Don't Look Up. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It was too real. It was too real.
Too real.
So I did like that movie. It was a little too on the nose sometimes.
Right. Yes. For sure.
All the rich people dying at the end though, fantastic. No notes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fair enough.
That was hilarious.
So I turned 40 last week, so that's cool.
Oh shit, that's right. Happy birthday.
Congrats.
Woo! 4 decades, baby.
40. Yep, you made it.
Yep. Yeah. Got
you're halfway.
Living forever, baby. Woo!
Fucking boomer.
Shit. No, yeah. Laura got me a ultra-wide monitor for my birthday, so that's cool.
Oh, now we all got one.
We're in the
You
club
have joined the crew.
By our powers combined, we could do like one immersive rig.
Right, just one rig, yeah.
Just make our own IMAX theater.
Exactly. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm enjoying it so far. So.
It is cool. Are you using power tools? Because that's what I use in order to make it. Power toys? I don't know. That's how That's how I like make zones on it so I can have my windows.
Oh, no. That's cool. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, remind me
dude,
after this.
Get that.
I'll pull it up for you. That way I can like I just hold shift and like, because I have like a part of my screen that's like the 1920 by 1080 area. And then I have other windows and stuff going on around it. So yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I've got it. I've still got my my other monitor, like, so it's just like a big ass fucking long ass screen. So
I wound up giving my old monitors to my sister and her fiance. So that way they could both get double monitors that were like the same actual model.
That's always nice. It sucks when you have two monitors that are wildly different.
Yeah.
You know, like Chris does right now? God, it's the fucking worst.
I mean, they're pretty similar. I mean, the one's like a lot bigger, obviously, but they're both the same brand and roughly like look pretty similar because of that. So that's not bad at all. I just need to see what I need right now is another ultra wide monitor.
Right. Then you'll have two of them.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, fun times. 40 ultra wide monitor. Yeah, good stuff.
Congratulations.
Yeah. All right. Well, for the uninitiated, this is a Star Trek rewatch podcast. We are cruising through all of Star Trek in chronological order. We are currently on Season 2, Episode 8 of Strange New Worlds, and this episode is titled Under the Cloak of War.
Ugh.
So we come in on a little ship shot. We got the neat little like asymmetric Federation ship. I kind of like the design there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Enterprise is going to transport a Klingon ambassador to a starbase. So that should be fun. I'm sure there won't be any conflict at all.
So
he's a Klingon Federation ambassador.
I watched this episode like 5 days ago. And
Same.
I have notes. And one of my notes here is, oh man, I already love this Klingon. So followed by Ortegas is racist.
I was going to say, my next note was, he seems very un-Klingon. It's okay, let the racism begin.
But yeah, there's a lot of racism in this one.
Mm-hmm. Which, sure. I mean, if we're trying to portray what this episode is trying to portray, that I guess that tracks. But so Ortegas does not trust Dakra because he supposedly killed his own men. She's in the middle of bad mouthing him when they walk onto the bridge with the Klingon ambassador to kind of show him around.
Okay. I guess I don't understand the whole premise of why we don't like this guy because he killed his, like, isn't he a defector? Wasn't that like the point?
So it's not just that he killed his own men.
Mm-hmm.
It was all of the many atrocities he committed against the
crimes,
Federation
baby.
troops.
And
like,
civilians.
I don't think that anybody on the
civilians, not the
Federation
troops, per
side,
se.
right. I don't think that anybody on the Federation side cares that he like killed his underlings to escape. It's more he murdered literally every human child on an entire planet.
Yes, however, I disagree that nobody cares because they kind of make a big deal about it, and it's kind of an important plot point in the show.
Yeah, because they keep calling him the butcher and whatnot, and they call him the butcher because he kills his dudes, not because he killed a bunch of civilians.
Right. Which seems weird, but okay. So anyway, he lets it go. He doesn't say anything about it and just kind of admires the view. He's like, oh, Klingon ships are built for war. We don't have these nice, pretty screens like you guys do. Cuts the mess hall where Spock is trying to make a Raktajino for Dakra.
Like, I don't know. Raktajino is probably delicious.
I mean, they build it up in Star Trek, that's for sure. Everybody fucking loves it.
DS9, they're fucking drinking the shit out some Raktajino, so.
It's also like the only food that humans seem to enjoy from that entire culture.
That's because humans are not good at branching out, frankly.
Or eating live things in general, which is kind of a big central point of Klingon food. So Dakra doesn't seem to like Klingons. Like he makes a couple comments about how they have no appreciation for all this other stuff that the Federation loves. He's really leaning in.
Yeah, I didn't really get his character. It was fine, but it was kind of like he was just kind of being like, "Nah, well, what can I say? My people suck." Like
he is performance art, is what he is. Like,
yeah,
he is. It's all performative, which I think is intentional. Like
It was.
yeah, he's carefully cultivated to be this image of, oh, he's the nice Klingon, so he can negotiate peace. Ooh.
Yeah, it very much reminds me of like modern American politics,
Hey.
where
Hey.
Knock
it off.
Okay, is that the deep dive?
That's part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so he hands him this cup, and it's like super fucking hot, and he burns himself on it. So he has to go to sickbay. Where, of course, Mbenga is, who has lots of history with Klingons.
but I guess Mbenga didn't know he was going to be on the ship. Like,
or didn't think he'd see him. I don't know. Yeah.
That seems
anyway.
Stupid.
He immediately goes back to Vietnam and has to duck into the back while Chapel takes care of Dakra. Cut to a few years ago on the moon of Jagal.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have a cutback. It's a flashback. And at the bottom of the flashback, they usually put up like however long ago it was. Or
some time ago, right? That's what it said?
It said a few years ago. That's the exact expression, which is such a weird thing. Like, it's like, that's the kind of thing that you say when it's like a comedy. It's like, oh man, I remember meeting him a few years ago. Flashback a few years ago. Like, that's a joke. You don't
especially like with how like date specific most of Star Trek is.
Yeah, you don't in a serious film subtitle a flashback with a few years ago. It's just odd.
Not only that, like you have a fandom that maintains a like Stardate specific calendar of events that have happened throughout the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Like give them something to work with, you know.
Mm-hmm. We're back in Jagal, and Chapel's flying in a shuttle. They're taking fire. They're kind of establishing. It's very like Vietnam, like MASH, like flying in on a helicopter into an active war zone. Yeah. So Chapel lands, and she meets Buck, who is played by Clint Howard.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. When there's some trivia you can't miss, it's a fun fact with Chris.
Yeah, accurate. This is the fifth time Clint Howard has played a role in a Star Trek series over the course of like 7 decades.
I believe he still holds the record of like first and last appearance.
Right.
Like
he played a role in the Corbomite Maneuver in 1966, Past Tense Part 2 in 95, Acquisition in 02, and Will You Take My Hand in 2018, and then this. So, long history in Star Trek does Clint Howard have.
He's in other stuff too. He's just kind of a bit actor you see all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he is just so recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hey, it's that guy. He is
literally
like
my note is, oh, hey, it's that actor.
Yeah. He's like good enough to get these little bit parts, but not, I guess, the right thing for like lead parts, you know.
He may not want to. He's just a working actor.
Could be. Yeah, could be. So yeah, Chapel then immediately gets promoted to head nurse upon arrival because ain't nobody else. They kind of mentioned Joseph here, who is Joseph Mbenga, of course. We see him there, and all of a sudden they get some wounded incoming, and triage begins. There's this dying guy who has to get stored in the pattern buffer because, you know, Mbenga loves him some storing some dying people in pattern buffers.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, it's a good solution to triage. Like, it's an excellent
honestly,
idea.
it really is.
Like, it feels like this should be standard operating procedure, if I'm honest.
It would make sense, yeah. Back in the present, Mbenga lets Pike borrow some alien parsley, which, you know, a little bit's delicious, but a lot can kill you, apparently.
Was it
poison is in the dose. Yeah. He is really there, though, to check on Mbenga because of his, you know, past with the Klingons and specifically with Dakra. Mbenga and Chapel pretend that they're fine, even though they are definitely not fine. And they agree to go to dinner with old Dakra.
I don't understand that move. Why invite these two people to dinner?
Like, what are we
So-
doing here? This is not necessary. There were plenty of other people to fill the seats
Yeah.
that were
Well-
already there.
It's touched on in this conversation. The Federation specifically wanted veterans of the war to be there to show that, like, oh, you know, they're letting people become rehabilitated and giving everybody second chances.
So
Yeah,
I'm
but,
pretty
like,
sure anybody
didn't-
would think that's a bad idea in real life.
But
Yep.
also, like, then take someone who's got some general war veterancy, not the ones who were at Chagall. Like,
Right, specifically in the worst place this guy was.
Yeah, like, and, oh god, I love Pike, but there are times where they play up on his like naivete like a little too hard. There's no way he's this dumb.
right.
Mm-hmm. We get a brief jump back to the past here, where Chapel gets to squeeze a dude's heart until he comes back alive. So that's fun. Little direct heart palpitation. Good
Ew.
stuff. Yep. Back in the present, Ortegas is pacing outside of the captain's quarters because she's not sure she can do it because obviously she has feelings about Dakra. For some reason, Mbenga convinces her that it'll totally be fine. Sure. The jambalaya does look pretty good.
It
I'll
looks
be
alright.
honest.
Yeah, although it's tails on, which is not my favorite.
I didn't notice that. I do like shrimp, but yeah, tails on in jambalaya is dumb. Like, I don't want to have to touch it. Like, what are we doing?
It's harder to eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like people
Ri-
do it like for alleged flavor.
Unless I'm eating shrimp cocktail, there should never be tails on my shrimp. Because, like, in shrimp cocktail, that is my
I need
handle.
a handle. Although I gotta be
Right.
honest, I could totally not rock a shrimp cocktail without any tails. I'd probably be all right with
Absolutely.
that.
Agreed.
I
But
think
that is
I
the
could-
only acceptable place
I could
to have
figure
them
that
on, in my
out. Yeah.
opinion. If it's like in food,
Fried
pasta,
shrimp.
rice, whatever
fried
it is.
shrimp, because it's for the same reason. Like, you don't handle. If I'm eating it with my fingies, yeah, a tail
Right.
is okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, nothing unites people over dinner like casual racism against Tellarites.
Woo! Yeah, it's the other people that aren't in the room we're going to make fun of.
And also,
Um,
why is, like, okay, you want to talk about Mbenga being here and stuff. He is the CMO or whatever, but, like, why is Chapel here? Like, is it just because she's a main character? Like, she's not an officer.
I think this goes back to what
again,
Rob was saying about
yeah.
them wanting war veterans.
They couldn't find another war veteran? Like, Una's right there.
I don't
No,
disagree.
The only other one that they could get was Ortegas, and we see how that goes.
Because wasn't Mitchell a veteran as well?
Yeah, but he's scary.
She.
So I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking this up now. Did you see his TOS appearance? Because he's just a kid.
Yes, yeah,
But-
he's like a child, yeah.
He looks exactly the goddamn same.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, who are we
This
talking
is
about?
wild.
The,
Look
that,
at this picture of him from
that
TOS.
actor.
Clint Howard.
Wait. Oh, that's crazy. That's funny. Wow. Okay.
Like, I can immediately tell who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, very distinct face.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Have to put that one on the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, so Dakra is being charming to like the non-war vets. They love his wiles. Chapel and Mbenga continue to struggle. Spock changes the subject to Sun Tzu because motherfuckers like to talk about Sun Tzu in Star Trek. I'm
It's
pretty
so
sure
funny because Sun Tzu. Have you ever read Sun Tzu, like The Art of War?
Like
I did.
bits and I've excerpts. I've never like tried to read the whole thing because
It's one of those-
unreadable.
It's one of those things. I mean, it's fine. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, back before we knew how things worked, this is very impressive.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, yeah, like, how about you set your battlefield up so that you have an advantage? That's like 90% of the book. And it's like, yeah, I know. I've played StarCraft. Like, this isn't right. So, like,
Yeah.
it is funny. Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
the rest of it is basically like goad your enemy into making
Yeah.
a mistake.
Hey,
Like just make them real mad.
yeah, and don't trust mercenaries because they only fight for coin. Like, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, so where was I? Oh, yeah. Mbenga and Chapel drink, and then we're back to the past. The guy whose heart got squeezed is totally cool now. He kind of relates kind of what he went through He was tortured, apparently. Nothing great. Then some Andorian badass comes in to enlist Mbenga in an assassination of Dakra. Mbenga refuses to join and also refuses to give him the super juice. He's like, all right, well, if you're not going to come with us, give me some of that sweet, sweet juice. Let me get all roided out and shit.
It was like Protocol 12 or something.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
Some dumb name. Yeah.
I find the Mbenga as a super assassin to be very uninteresting.
Yeah. I don't love it, but it's whatever. So they're still in dinner. They're having conversation. In one of these conversations, Mbenga volunteers that he and Chapel were on Jagal. At this point, Ortegas kind of goes off a bit on Dakra. He kind of deflects. And then Ortega storms off. Chapel goes after her. Meanwhile, Mbenga's about to rip the armrest off of his chair before Pike notices and sends him off too. Dakra asks, before he leaves, to schedule a workout with Mbenga and La'an. Although La'an never materialized in there.
No, she didn't.
Yeah. Back in the past, Mbenga chats with that one patient whose heart got squeezed, who is kind of having some big questions about what they're doing there, you know.
And Mbenga's like entire point in this discussion is like, look, I know we're supposed to be an exploration organization, but sometimes you gotta do war, man. Like, fucking tough it out.
Pretty much.
And then that was like the whole thing felt very U.S. military propaganda towards the end of it.
I mean, you know, yeah, he's very. If you don't do it, who else is gonna?
Right.
So
just
like yeah.
Just remember, Starfleet, not a military.
Not a military.
Sure. Yep. Yeah.
Not a military. So yeah, he gives him a nice little pep talk. Apparently, there's going to be a diversion offensive, and this kid is been volunteered to go do that. It's apparently a suicide mission.
This is so stupid.
He's totally cool with dying now, and it's totally fine because Mbenga's be like, "Oh shit, no, I fucking didn't mean it. I didn't mean what I said earlier. Let me get you out of here."
like the whole concept of fighting over a planet, like with troops, is silly to begin with. But like, I don't know, the idea that like it's the far future, but we're gonna do this like suicide.
Why aren't
mission?
we just firing from orbit?
Yeah, like
so, and like this is the thing, right? Like normally when you use an army, it's to hold land where there are already people. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think the Klingons would care to do that. Like they're just
they explicitly didn't. Planet. Didn't they say that they killed a bunch of all the civilians? Like they killed them all. Like
what's the strategic value of this moon?
Shut the fuck up, Chris. That's what it is. I think it's got oil or whatever.
So there's going to be this diversion offensive, and the assassination team by led by badass Andorian is going to go try to assassinate Dakra. Back in the President, Spock struggles with being unable to help Chapel with her kind of internal struggles she's having, because he's kind of leaning into his human side here. She's like, "It's fine. It's not, not for you to fix. There's nothing you can do. This is just me." And it is what it is. We cut back to the past where the medical base is taking fire. And oh no, they have to purge the buffer of the transporter to get it working because some power thing went off.
They've only got one guy in there?
Yeah, just the one guy. So fuck him, he's gone. Mbenga's like, he hits the delete human button. And, and then
he really did.
It's like a big ass button too. Like,
it's like the button literally said, fuck that guy.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And what is back in the present, what is clearly a bad idea, and Mbenga does a little martial arts workout with Dakra.
Klingon judo. It was stupid. It's a stupid martial art.
Little trivia note here. So this episode apparently, so I'm gonna butcher his name, but Mbenga's actor Babs Alusun Makun, yep, is apparently very skilled in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He holds a competitive 3rd-degree black belt and has won numerous Pan American competitions, including earning 2 gold medals.
Oh man, why didn't he do any of that then?
I was gonna say, like, to my untrained eye, it looked shockingly like just judo.
Just standard fucking judo, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. While they're kind of tussling, Dakra says it'll be a good message if they can, work together. And Benga is like, fuck you. And immediately asks him about his war crimes.
He asked it. Well, yeah, but he's like, "Did you really kill your own men?" Which
he asked him which one fought the hardest,
right?
Which is like a weird question to ask if you don't know what happened.
But also, I don't know. Don't Klingons kill their own people kind of a lot? Like,
yeah,
you're
all
not
the
wrong.
time.
I feel like I see that all the time.
You're absolutely not wrong.
So I don't know why this is the time that a Klingon is like gets a whole moniker and is shamed for it.
I mean,
well,
yeah.
So like, I mean, Mbenga's interest isn't in the the betrayal of honor. It's the I'm catching you in an obvious lie that only I know the truth about.
I don't really get what Mbenga's goal was with this point.
To show that he's not actually repentant to anything. Because like the whole story with the butcher was he betrayed his own men because he was upset about the atrocities they had committed. That was his whole shtick. Was he did it to basically apologize for everything he had done, and then he left the Klingon Empire. That's how he became an ambassador for the Federation. But really, turns out, dude's just a coward. Threw his men at Mbenga in a bid to escape. Not that he knew who Mbenga was at that point. Let them all die for him, and he just dipped. Like, he's like, all right, guys, see ya.
Yep.
I guess that's fine, but I don't understand Mbenga's goal. Like,
maybe his goal's just working out his feelings in real time.
Okay, so he just needs therapy. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly he does. So yeah, we see kind of a shaky flashback to the past where some Klingon gets stabbed, but we get no real
Well, this is why he's got the limp, because he gets stabbed in the knee. Yeah, right. He used to be a Klingon general like you until he took that knife to the knee.
Fuck off. Back in Jagal in the past, civilian casualties are coming into the medical base, and oh no, Ripped Naked Mbenga makes an appearance.
Oh darn!
And oh look, it's the badass Andorian, and he is very dead. Oh, and that one kid too, and everything's terrible. So Mbenga's like, well,
seen that coming.
Yeah, it turns out like suicide missions kind of suck. Yeah.
Looks like Mbenga says, "Oh, looks like I gotta go back for one last mission."
Oh my god.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Too old for this shit.
Why is Mbenga even the super serum soldier guy? He's a fucking doctor. What are we doing?
So, have you tried shutting the fuck up?
They did explain it. I didn't even remember this. He's the guy who developed the serum. Like, it's his product.
Oh, okay.
But, like, is that the only reason he's a super assassin?
Yeah, it's like the Hulk, man. He
Give it to anyone else.
Juice.
What'd you say, Stanford?
I said, give it to anyone else. Why is he risking his life? Like, what the fuck?
Well, because when the dude asked him for it, and Mbenga said no, and then they all died, so now he's feeling all sad about it. So his only choice is to get all roided up and go make things right again.
Mm-hmm.
These are the lessons we're learning today, Stanford.
Mm-hmm. Back in the present, Pike is given a flight plan that quickens their pace to the starbase because Uda's like, this dude sucks. We got to get him the fuck out of here. Everybody hates him.
This dude sucks. 3 specific people dislike him, but they're the only ones that have camera time, so we really got to get him off the ship.
Yep. And Pike agrees to the course change. Back in the past, Mbenga is about to go off and gives Chapel some of that juice.
Yeah, he just casually hands Chapel some super serum.
Mm-hmm. Dakra comes to see Mbenga in the present, and he's just like trying to like kind of just keep talking to him. And Mbenga, I mean, to his credit, tells him to fuck off several times.
Oh yeah.
And he sees that says that Dakra gave the order to kill civilians. He says, "Oh, remember what I asked you about? Who fought the hardest? I know who fought the hardest because I was the one who fucking killed him." He calls
Look at me,
himself
look
the
at me.
Butcher of Jagal, and Docker kind of pleads his case for atonement, and what he's doing is necessary.
Yeah,
and
see,
yada, yada, yada.
I think Mbenga's biggest issue is that everyone's calling Jakra the Butcher of Jagal, and he's like, that's
He
a
wanted the
cool ass
title.
name, and I want it because I'm the one who's the fucking butcher.
Anyway, we get a little camera trickery here. We see them kind of behind the fogged glass, which I don't really understand the choice of, because we find out immediately afterwards that it was.
I wasn't sure. There was no ambiguity that was
Right.
displayed, so why make it like this shadow play?
Right.
I didn't really get that either.
It felt like artistic for the sake of being artistic, you know?
Part of me wonders if this was just them wanting to maintain a certain rating.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, we saw a knife go into his knee, so
Yeah, we got the one. It's like fuck in PG-13 movies. You get one, and
you
then
get
you
one knife to the knee. Okay.
Cut to kind of people being questioned. Chapel gives her version of events and what happened. And we get a little tidy sweeping under the rug of murder here.
Mm-hmm.
Pike asks Mbenga to confirm things for him, and so he and Pike debate, justice and second chances and what's right, which really is kind of the crux of this episode and what they're trying to do here. Mbenga admits he didn't start the fight, but glad that Dakra is dead. And we end on a little log from Mbenga where kind of he parallels himself to the broken biobed that was been on the fritz and never fully healed.
My last note for this episode is, what's the moral here? Like, what are we supposed to take home from this?
War sucks.
Murder is okay if you get away with it.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because we will be kind of going into that on the deep dive here in our next segment.
I see.
When we come back, we'll get to that.
No. Ratings.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. On a scale of 1 to 5, where 0 is threshold, what's our ratings for this?
You want me to go first?
I can go first this time. Man, I had it at a 3, but now that we've talked about it, I feel like I want to go down to a 2. I thought this episode was kind of dumb. It didn't feel like we learned anything useful. I'm tired of the mega super assassin thing. And like, I don't know, the morality kind of like allegory going on here felt afterthoughty. I don't know. I'm going to go with a 2. I just did not care. I don't think this episode was executed well, even a little bit.
Like, I tend to really like the character-driven episodes as opposed to the plot-driven episodes, but I agree. This felt very ham-fisted, with a very sensitive subject, and like, I don't know, man. I feel like Deep Space Nine did the whole like war story kind of thing with a lot more grace, and I don't know if this is just another like. Again, I typically really enjoy Kurtzman era Trek. I do not like his obsession with the edgier side of Trek, and he keeps going back to that well,
Yeah, he does.
And I don't really enjoy that.
So
it's a 2 from me.
I'm also at a 2, and I agree with both your points. I think the goal of this episode and what they're trying to do, I think, is a good theme to explore. However, execution was terrible. You're right that DS9 did do a much better job of exploring this, but a lot of that has to do with just they had more time to do it. They had multiple episodes in those story arcs to look at these things and explore them. Whereas they basically tried to cram all of MASH into one episode.
Sure, I guess I think the problem is that they leaned too heavily into the twist, and it made it all kind of worthless. Because if he was the butcher because he killed a bunch of civilians and now suddenly he's an ambassador, that's a fine plot point. I know it's a fine plot point because we did that in DS9 with that one Cardassian, but whatever, we could do the same shit again. This is fine. But because it had to be this weird thing where he killed his own guys because we had to do this twist where actually Mbenga killed his own guy, it made it added that extra step of complexity that made the whole thing stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
did not
Like,
enjoy.
Mbenga could have just been fucking mad at him because he was the one trying to heal all these civilian casualties. Like, that could have been the entire episode.
Well, and I feel like they've already explored this with Chapel and Mbenga in a much better way on the like, hey, we're doing timeshares on the dilithium planet thing with the Klingons, and like in that episode, they're forced to treat civilians on both sides of the conflict, right? They kind of come to terms with that. Then they hit the like, you know, hey, we're trapped on this fake Federation ship. What are we gonna do? And they're shown to be so reluctant to use violence, even against the Klingons. And this feels like it just goes in the face of that. You know, that whole experience that they had there. It feels bad. It just feels bad.
Right.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're all at 2s. IMDb was what, Sanford?
A 4.
What?
Of course they were.
It's funny because, like, is the episode you're talking about, that's Broken Circle. That's right, that was Broken Circle. We all give that one a 3, and IMDb give that one a 3. IMDb loves this Mbenga super serum shit much better than we do.
Weird.
So
Yep. All right. Well, when we come back, we'll get to our deep dive. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so as I kind of mentioned earlier, this deep dive, we're kind of going to go into this like reformed enemy trope that they're doing here. And of course, this being Dakra in this episode, the butcher turned peacemaker, so to speak. He kind of has this carefully curated identity as this, you know, he killed his own men because of the atrocities they committed. They mentioned several times about these peace deals he brokered. He has this kind of charming personality thing he does to win the non-war veterans over. And so this episode, I think what it was trying to do was to look at kind of war crimes and moral accountability, and, you know, is the things you do after, can they make up for what you did beforehand? So obviously in this one, his war crimes were targeting civilians, brutality towards prisoners, because that one kid mentioned how he was tortured by his Dakra and his men. But he never really seemed to face any type of justice for that. And so this is obviously kind of an allegory to several real life examples, which I've kind of accumulated some notes on here. Werner von Braun is probably one of the most well-known and often referenced in media examples of this. He is, of course, a key figure in Nazi Germany's V2 rocket program, which used tons of forced labor in horrible conditions.
in addition to the targeting civilians thing, yeah.
Yes. I mean, that was just par for the course in World War II, though.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We targeted a bunch of civilians ourselves.
Yeah,
even
Britain
before the
did,
nuclear
like,
bombs.
literally,
yeah.
like everybody did, which is not to say that was acceptable at any means, but it did happen on every front.
Yeah, like the V2 rockets, though, were specifically created as a weapon of terror.
For sure, yeah. However, after the war, he was brought to the U.S. and brought into NASA under Operation Paperclip, and became instrumental in NASA and the space race. Obviously, this is not a political figure like Dakra was, but definitely a somebody who was deemed as useful, even though he did terrible shit in the war.
Yep. And when the terrible shit came out, everyone was like, yeah, but he's doing NASA, so it's okay.
Yeah. Another one was Nobusuke Kishi in Japan, another World War II one. He was imprisoned after the war as a suspected Class A war criminal, and later released and became Prime Minister of Japan. The U.S. supported him as a leader of Japan, mostly, for many reasons, but one of the big ones is he was an anti-communist ally, and of course that was a big deal after the war at the time.
Fuck yeah, it was.
I was gonna say, there it is.
But yeah, he was Nobusuke Kishi, who was imprisoned as a suspected Class A war criminal after World War II due to his role in Japan's wartime government and his involvement in the exploitation of labor in occupied territories. However, he was never formally charged or tried, and he was released in 1948, as I mentioned before, due to political priorities. Like many of his fellow conservatives in Japan, Kishi believed that Japan's war in Asia and the Pacific had been a war not of aggression, but of self-defense, and that the treatment of himself and his colleagues as war criminals was unjustified and merely an example of victor's justice.
Yes. The raping of Nanking was just in pure self-defense.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
As prime minister in Japan, he pressured Eisenhower administration into expanding the release of convicted Class B and Class C war criminals, and also sought to commemorate executed Class A war criminals. In 1960, he was involved in dedicating on Mount Sangane in Aichi Prefecture a headstone to General Tojo and 6 other military leaders executed after the Tokyo War Crimes trial, marking their graves as the 7 patriots who died for their country.
Awesome.
So, once again, this is even actually probably a more direct correlation. We have somebody who fit the political needs of somebody in this case, the U.S., being given basically carte blanche to kind of move on, and he clearly did not think they did anything wrong.
Right.
I know. I know this is a horrible way to think about this, but I am kind of glad to hear that there are other countries that effectively have their own Confederate statues just sitting around places.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's not just us being
Absolutely,
stupid and crazy.
Mm-hmm. So the last one I had was another World War II example, but it was Shiro Ishii, who led the infamous Unit 731, which was responsible for horrific human experimentation during World War II. If you ever have the opportunity, I recommend both looking and not looking into it, because it is horrifying. He was, after the war, was granted immunity by the U.S. in exchange for his research data. Which just feels all kinds of shitty. Yeah. Atrocities were effectively overlooked because of the knowledge that they could give. Just kind of give you a little bit of an overview of him, though. Officially, it was known as Manchu Detachment 731, and also referred to as the Kamo Detachment, or the Ishii Unit, but it was a secret research facility operated by the Imperial Japanese Army between 33 and 45. And it was responsible for large-scale biological and chemical warfare research, as well as lethal human experimentation. The facility was led by Ishii and received strong support from the Japanese military. It included infecting prisoners with deadly diseases, conducting vivisection, performing organ harvesting and hyperbaric chamber experimentation, amputating limbs, as well as exposing victims to chemical agents and explosives. Prisoners, often referred to as logs by the staff, were mainly Chinese civilians, but also included Russians, Koreans, and others, including children and pregnant women. So yeah, real fucking bad.
I actually was not aware of that particular chapter. That's rough.
I don't know. I was, before I started looking at it, like I don't know if I had seen like a history program or something about it, but it is absolutely.
It's one of those things where it's like I know Japan in World War II and before and since. Like, let's be real, they're not great. They're great. Not a great regime.
Way beyond not great.
But like I was like, of all the things I was aware of, that was not one of them. So oof.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real horrifying shit. It's terrible. But he was totally, like, there was, what almost makes it worse is he went into hiding after World War II. The US tracked him down and basically said, "Hey, you're a war criminal, but hear me out. Give me all that
war
shit.
Crimes, we would like to prosper from those.
Yeah, we would like you to give those to us so we don't kill you. How do you feel about that? So, woo!
And I mean, Paperclip was a lot of that too. It wasn't
Absolutely.
specifically human torture all the time. But
Right.
like, Von Braun was given an excuse from his war crimes because he was going to help us with his rocketry. Like,
Yeah.
these are all tit for tat. This is not some kind of, you know, asylum program out of the grace of our hearts, or a rehabilitation program. Like, this is all, we will ignore your war crimes if you give us such and such.
And like, I know a lot of this was to just, beat the Reds. It's just so dark. Like, it's also dark that like human life became so transactional.
And to be clear, the Reds, like, Russia was doing it too. They had their own, I forget
Right.
what the name of their program, but they had their own paperclip. Like, they had the same shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as I said, this whole episode was kind of about, is the benefit that these people can grant worth hand waving away their atrocities? Personally, I would say no.
Yeah, like, especially because in this episode, he's an ambassador. That's it.
Right.
That's all he's doing. He's just talking. Like, we got lots of people that can talk.
Yeah. So, like, I still generally maintain that no, it is not worth it, and these people should definitely be held accountable for the things they did. But like Shiroishi, like I was reading that a lot of the information we have now on like hypothermia and in treating it and avoiding it and things like that was derived from his research that he did.
Yeah,
in
I don't give a
731.
fuck. I literally do not care, because the
100%
idea,
agree.
the
As
idea
I
that
prefaced-
that information
prefaced.
could not be garnered through actual ethical science is ludicrous.
That is absolutely my point on it as well.
Yeah.
But that is obviously the kind of questions and things this episode is trying to bring up.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, really, they could have just done a double-blind study with a bunch of college students to figure out the whole hypothermia thing. Just throw some of them out in the Arctic somewhere.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Totally ethical.
And the idea that this guy is somehow more valuable than anyone else is kind of undercut by the fact that, like, not too many episodes ago, we saw Spock broker a piece just over some wine. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's obviously possible. Again, why do we need this fuckface?
Right. Like, they...
So I think...
Oh, God.
I think one of the core things that I kind of came to in looking into all these historical examples was that these people were used as a shortcut.
Yes.
Not as they were the only ones who could do this. These were done as a shortcut, which makes it so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
So much worse.
Like, oh, we could probably figure this stuff out with more time and money. However, we could just let him go and have the answer now.
Right.
And that will never be worth letting these people escape the justice that they deserve.
And it is impressive how many times Star Trek has done this, like, moral play.
Sure.
Because, like, there's at least 2 episodes in Voyager that do it independently. There was an episode in Enterprise that did it. There's, that episode in DS9. Like, this shit happens all the time in Star Trek. And if I recall correctly, like, it's just going back and forth on whether or not we give a shit, And it's annoying. Like,
well, I think what they're trying to show is that, you have to treat each situation individually.
Yeah, and that's nonsense.
Remember the context.
That's bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit. Because at that point, what you're saying is, like, some lives are worth more than others. Like, inherently,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, as a fun, depressing deep dive as that was, I think it has come to an end. And when we come back, we'll get a little potpourri, which will hopefully be a little bit more fun.
Welcome back, everybody. For this week's potpourri, we're going to slightly enraged Stanford, which is the funniest version of Stanford in my humble opinion.
Oh man.
So we've got Clint Howard, in this episode, who we've seen a bunch of times. The first by Stardate though was in Enterprise, where he played a Ferengi in Acquisition. So for Potpourri this week, I have prepared 20 real and fake rules of acquisition. And you two are going to have to tell me, is it real or is it fake?
Amazing. I love this concept.
Cool. No, this isn't going to... Well, I mean, I hate capitalism, but no, this is great.
But that's the good part about the Ferengi. Like, the only good part about the Ferengi is that they are clearly meant to personify how shitty capitalism is.
I wish I could agree with you, but there are so many times that it's like the moral of the episode, especially at DS9, ends up being like, well, but actually, maybe
you're not
it was
wrong.
Okay. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, sorry, Rob. Continue.
Okay. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
So what we'll do, I'll read the rule. You both give me the answer, and I'll let you know which one of you is right.
Alrighty.
Or both of you, if both of you are right. All right. Rule number one. Rule of acquisition number one. Once you have their money, you never give it back.
Are you ever wrong about the number?
No.
Okay. So
are we going back and forth or
no, we're both giving an answer.
You're both giving an answer each time.
I'd say that's a real one.
I believe that is real as well.
That is real. That is the first rule of acquisition. Rule number 15. A bribe is just a tip for future services.
Fuck, that's a good one though. Boy, I feel like there was something about bribes, but I don't know if that's what he said.
They didn't go into tips. I'm going to say false.
Just a tip for future services. Are you okay? Like a meta question. Are you ever just going to reword them a little bit and then it's wrong? Or is it just completely wrong? Oh, okay.
No, completely wrong.
I feel like this one's real then, because I feel like he was trying to bribe that administrator that came to inspect his bar.
Oh, Quark?
Yeah.
It is fake. This is a fake rule.
That's a good one though.
That was good, yeah.
Rule number 23. Nothing is more important than your health, except for your money.
God damn that. That seems like a real fucking one.
That one's a real one, yeah.
Yeah, real.
Yeah. It was real, and that is from Acquisition. Rule number 38. Always charge interest on a secret.
I'm not even sure I understand it. I guess if I kept a secret for you, I would charge you money for it.
I'm going to say fake.
I'm going to also say fake.
You are both correct. It is fake. Rule number 47.
Did you come up with these?
I found all of the real ones. I have both not jumbled. So I didn't rewrite any of the ones that were there. I used a couple of them as inspiration. And then a few of them I found on the internet where people were making.
Oh, okay.
Just fun ones.
You say, because some of these are pretty good. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a good job. That one was one of mine.
That was a good one.
Rule number 47. Don't trust a man wearing a better suit than your own.
I'm gonna say false.
I'm gonna diverge here. I'm gonna say real.
It's real. That's a real one.
Making me angry because I'm too stupid for this game. Shit.
All right. Rule number 57. Good customers are as rare as latinum. Treasure them.
That is true.
That is a real one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, this is funny. A whole bunch of these came from Deep Space Nine, which I guess isn't surprising. There's a whole bunch in here that were from books and stuff too that came out around the Deep Space Nine time. But it's not even the memory beta stuff. It's from official hey, the writers put this out. Let's sell this.
Interesting.
Yeah. Rule number 61. If they don't buy it, then they weren't your customer anyway.
Don't buy it. I'm gonna go with fake.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go fake here.
It was fake. All right. Rule number 76. Every once in a while, declare peace. It confuses the hell out of your enemies.
That one's real.
That one is real. Yeah. Is that Nagus who said that?
Pretty sure it is.
That's so funny. Rule number 88. A true Ferengi hears the prophet in a dying man's last breath.
I'm
Hmm.
gonna say fake.
I'm going to say real.
It's fake.
Ah, damn it. I'm not good at this game.
Rule
I'm
number
too easily duped.
So you're saying you'd be a good target for a Ferengi. Rule number 109. Dignity and an empty sack is worth the sack.
Feels real.
That feels almost like a human quote.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same as like, it's the same energy as like that and a quarter will buy a cup of coffee or whatever, right?
Right, exactly. Fuck. This is the one I'm having the most trouble with so far.
I'm going to go with real. At this point, I'm just going to say they're all real.
I'm going to go with real.
It's real, yeah. All right. Rule 115. The shortest distance between 2 points is a bribe.
I'm going to go fake for that one.
That one feels real, too. I'm going to go with real.
It's fake.
Damn it. God damn it.
Rule 140. If you can't sell it, rent it. If you can't rent it, charge for looking at it.
I'm going to go fake.
I'm going to go with fake as well.
Yep, that one's fake. Rule 170. Information is like air. Keep it for yourself until others are willing to pay to breathe.
I'm going to go fake.
Yeah, I'm going to also say fake.
It is fake.
And so weird. Pay to breathe is a weird.
Rule 190. A ship is just a cargo hold with engines.
Boy. I'm going to go with real on that one.
Yeah, I'm also going to go real.
It's fake.
Oh, damn. I think I was perfect up until that point, wasn't I?
No, we both got one wrong earlier.
You did miss one earlier. I forget which one.
Okay.
Rule 194. It's always good business to know about new customers before they walk in your door.
That one's real.
That one's real, yeah.
Yep, that's real. It's funny how many of the real ones you guys just immediately recognize.
Because when you say them, I can hear the actor's voice saying.
Right, like I can hear Quark or the Nagus.
Rule 212. Charity is just another word for bad investment.
That one's real.
It's fake.
Is it really? There was
it's a
something
fake
very
one.
similar to that in there.
Rule 217. You can't free a fish from water.
What?
That feels fake.
Can't free fish from... What? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know, man.
Why am I struggling with it? I don't know why. You said fake?
I said fake.
I'll go real, just to split the difference here.
It's real.
Nice.
What the fuck? It's not even a rule of acquisition. God damn it. Stupid Ferengi.
That one's another Deep Space Nine one. Past tense part 1. It was past tense part 1. Yep. Rule 250. A business partner is just an enemy who hasn't betrayed you yet.
That feels real. I
Yeah,
feel like I
does
remember
feel
that
real.
one.
That one's fake.
Oh man, that's a good one. Like I could hear a Ferengi saying that.
Yeah, about Nog.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I found on Reddit. And then the last one, Rule 285. No good deed ever goes unpunished.
Pretty sure that's real.
It feels like it should be something like no good deed fucking goes without losing you money or whatever.
I feel like that's something Quark said.
All right, I'll say real as well.
It's real. Yep. That one was one of the few that was cited twice in Deep Space Nine, 2 different episodes.
Weird.
All right. So with a score of 16-11, Chris wins the rules of acquisition.
Oof.
I'm pretty good on that one. Shit.
Yeah, well, you're a capitalist pig, so what the fuck?
Damn.
That's
or I just know how to sniff out capitalist pigs.
I like it. All right.
Oh man.
Well, thank you again for joining us for another week of Captain's Log Supplemental. As Chris mentioned at the top of the pod, please remember to like, subscribe, share us with your friends, inflict us upon your enemies, And write Stanford a comment. He really likes reading comments,
I
especially.
love comments.
Yeah. But thank you again, and we will catch y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Captain's Log Supplemental. You can follow us on Twitter at PodCLS or send us hate mail at podcls3@gmail.com.